All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Wednesday night's Marketing Masterclass. My name is Chris, and I am here to help you make more money. Who wants to make more money? With the website and the traffic and the Facebook spend that you've currently got. That's what we're all about here. So don't forget to jump on in the chat. Say hello. Hello, Renee. Nice to see you. Sup, Marty? Now I've got 11 questions. Dear God, it's going to be a long night. Marty, you're back. Welcome back. Hello, Anna. Hello, Amon. Marty, you want to make more money? No amount is too much, right? Courtney, hello, welcome. I'll share my screen in just a second, guys. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I am sharing my screen already. What am I talking about? I'm already sharing. It's been a long week. Hello, Josh Hill. Nice to see you. Please refresh the page. Okay. Since you asked nicely. All right. Anna, you've implemented all the changes I recommended my first review call 2 weeks ago, with the exception of moving to Omnisend, which is in progress. Good. Definitely continue that move to Omnisend. You will not regret it. The site is converting much better now. You've seen some results in the last 10 days since the updates were completed. 5 purchases. Great. CPMs are high. Alia is at 12%. Terrific. Currently spending $20 a day across 2 ads. Would love my thoughts on the next steps. I would love to help you, Anna. Can you tell me what store it is? That's going to help. It's going to help me immensely. I think I saw you in the chat, so I'll just wait for you to let me know where I'm going with this. But I'm very happy that things are moving in the right direction. Now we're going to make them move even more in the right direction. Hello, Michelle. Oh, hello, Krista. That's okay. That's fine. Lots of people forget. You can just put it in the chat, though. Ah, cleanware. Okay. Cleanware. Stainless steel chopping boards. All right. Here we go. Australia's favorite for zero microplastic meal prep. Zero microplastic shedding. Safer back. Oh, interesting. This is giving you 12%. I'll give you a few tips on that, hey. So, just on the Alia, one of the things, hopefully my pop-up will pop up. One of the things I want to show you is, one second, let me share my screen so it follows me around. This may or may not pop up. Let's see. I might have to go with, maybe I'll just take you into the store. Hold on. So this isn't exactly Alia because I built my own Alia, but, and you guys, you will get access to my Alia soon. Basically, it is a brand new app that I have just finished building. What I have on my store is a dev version of the app, and I will be launching my official very first ever so good apps on the Shopify App Store probably in the next week or so. But basically, yeah, I built Alia. and I built another app as well. I got 2 apps that we're launching with. One is Alia, and one is a discounting app that actually changes the prices on your store based on the discount that people actually came in on. And I'll explain more about that app some other time. What I want to show you, though, this is what I found to be the best way to do Alia. You're keen to find out more about Alia? Well, so here's what I advise you to do. Install Alia. It's $100 a month US, so it's quite expensive, but you can get sign-up rates of up to like 18-20%, which is ridiculous. And you get 7 days free. There's a very good chance that you may only need to pay for Alia this month. Just wait for me to get my app up and running. My app will cost you $10 a month. I think maybe even 15 USD a month. That's the maximum that I'll be charging. All the apps that I'm going to be releasing, I'm going to be going after these big boys. These apps that kill our profit margins. Can you release it before your free trial? I can try. In order to release this app, I've got to actually make a video of it, of me using it, and do all the marketing behind it, and then submit it to Shopify for approval. As you can see here, down the bottom here, I've got the sign up game pop up. Anyway, I don't want to promote my app because I'll promote that when it's done. I want to show you what I feel is the best way to use Alia. So this is the first screen. Obviously, we're going to do a scratch screen here. What I found works best on 4 out of the 5 stores that I've put Alia on. And that's the main reason why I wanted to get rid of Alia, because on Homecraftology, Alia was 200 USD per month based on how much traffic I was getting. Plus my 4 other stores, we're talking like, what, nearly $1,000 a month for me to run Alia across all my brands? Screw that. I built my own. Anyway, when you're making your Alia pop-up, this may not be your best, but please try this because this could be your best. This is your best conversion rate. So inside the scratch panel here, the best way to run Alia is to say you've got a mystery discount. Don't give the game away too early. What I found is when you tell people that you're going to get 10% off here, you get a much bigger drop off. If you keep it as a mystery discount inside the scratch panel, you get much better reactions or much better throughput. I don't know, it just converts better. Second step. No, let me actually click claim. Second step here, we're still not telling them what they've gotten. You've won a mystery discount. Now you can do some A/B testing here. You can say won versus got. That might get you a higher rate of people signing up. This is what you want to be testing here, the wording around your offer. But I've always found at least having the mystery discount here still increases my sign-up rates substantially. So you press continue. Then on the last screen, that's when we give away the discount code. Now, one of the reasons why I am building the discounting app is because I don't do the same thing that you guys do on my store. I have a much higher price on my store. I have like a 4 times margin and an automatic discount that brings that down to 3 times margin. And then because my margin is so high, I can give people 40% off. And the moment they click this and take the link, well, then they get a little pop-up on my store that says, hey, this pop-up is going, this 40% off is going to be going away in an hour. You've got an hour to use it. And it has a little countdown timer as well. And it dynamically changes my prices to be 40% off. So it's a whole congruent experience. That's how I've designed these apps to do what I want to do on my store, because probably other people want to do that as well. So that's how I think you should set up your Alia. Give away the actual discount on the last step and keep the first 2 steps a mystery. When I've done this on, like I said, 4 out of 5 stores, this performed better. Well, the reason why I'm doing that strategy is something you might want to think about for the long term, is because doing it my way means you can have the higher price there, and some people will pay that. I've got people who pay the higher price, and I'm always surprised how they have larger orders. But this way too, I'm not going to get in trouble with the ACCC. Is the reason I'm able to charge a lot higher because people already know my website? No, actually, I was really struggling. I've never struggled with repeat purchases. Repeat purchases are fine. I've been struggling for the last 6 months with getting the first purchase through the door, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then I realized, oh, damn it. 6 months ago, I changed my pricing structure. About a week ago, I changed my pricing structure back to what it was when things were absolutely flying. And all of a sudden, my new purchases are starting to climb. And I'm very, very happy. So no, it's not like repeat purchases. They're not going to see this because no one sees this pop up who's an actual customer logged into my website. Only new people see this. All right, back to cleanware. What I want to do is actually put this down into mobile view and have a look what this looks like. Cleanware. Now, if this was me coming to use this website for the first time, couple of things that I would notice straight away. Your logo, it's kind of weak. Doesn't make me feel like I want to spend money here. One of the things that you could do is just go use Higgsfield or ChatGPT 2. That's the ChatGPT image 2, and go play with some new ideas for some logos. It's free, well, it's very cheap, and it may allow me to have more trust in the brand. Now, Australia's favorite for zero microplastic meal prep. I don't mind it. I don't mind at all. This is not a bad image either. It's a bit dull, but it's okay. Eliminate microplastic meals and cross-contamination. No coatings, chemical treatment, no deep grooves. Yeah, cool. So straight off the bat, one of the things that you're starting to question the 50% off. Here's the thing. The reason why we teach you to do 50% off is because that is the mechanism that most stores need to start getting sales. And if you start your store with the 50% off, there's a very good chance that you'll do well. And we need you guys to do well. Hey, Yomo. And that's your best chance. As your store progresses, you come and join these calls with me, and I start teaching you guys the other methods that you can start putting in place. You don't have to stay at the 50% off mark. I'll show you something else too in a second about how to go about changing your prices and testing what's the best price point strategy for you. I'll show you that after we go through cleanware. All right, cleanware, stainless steel cropping. Now, this looks all fine to me. 202 reviews, $45. It's not very expensive. You could probably even charge $49 for this. That's for the medium. Now, the one thing that you don't really do very well is you should have a different image for each of these sizes. And your image should show me the difference in sizes somehow with a ruler or something for scale so that I can see what I'm buying. Like right now, I have no reason to buy the XL because I can't visually see how much bigger it is. Then you got buy one, buy two. That's cool. That's fine. You should also have to buy three. Some people will buy three of these and you'll be very happy when you do. Yep, that's fine. That's fine too. Microplastics. Yeah, that's very good. See the research? Very good. Your research doesn't take you away from the store. Very well done. I like that. Now, you do have the size guide. But what I'm saying is when I'm clicking on the different variants here, the image doesn't change. And there's nothing here to show me in the image changing that I've selected a bigger size or how big that is visually. So yes, you got the size guide. That's fantastic, but you need both. Good size guide, by the way. Very good size guide. And I didn't see it. So pop it in front of your choose your size and see if you can work with making this a little bit more visually, I don't know. Like it needs to get my attention because I didn't even see it. Marty suggested that you have all three in one image, but you blur the other two so that, yeah, perfect. Perfect. How about having one image to show all the sizes? Yeah, that's an option too. Thanks, Yomo. Very good option. Different things to play with, Anna. Switch out the plastic and wood for a cleaner kitchen. Yeah, this is good. And focusing on the wood here is probably the right play because a lot of people are buying the teak thinking that it's safer, and maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know, but I do know that having the grooves in the wooden boards does hide the bacteria, and you got the mold on that wooden one, which is good. Now the research, if you've got it up here already, you don't need to repeat it. Probably put it in one space only. Because that link is a bit annoying because I didn't know where it would go, and it's confused my buying. In fact, I'm going to put this out of mobile because I'm a bit confused. That takes me to the top. We don't want that. And that takes me there, which is cool. So get rid of this button here. All right, very cool. Let's go check out your ads. Now, you said that Facebook's not showing a couple of purchases. 5 purchases, Meta's not displaying them all. All right, let's see if we can find. The thing is, the size image becomes the image the customer sees at checkout. Yeah, that's true. It does. So have a think about what it should be and make it so. And that can be a good thing. Let's just say you take Marty's advice here. In this 3XL, you'll have the 3 boards here and 2 of them sort of blurred out. And then you have the size saying 40 by 46 centimeters, and then the smaller ones go down, right? Let's just say that's the image. And when they get to checkout and they see that that's the one that they purchased, maybe they got the medium, and maybe then you can upsell them a large. And you can give them a reason to buy the large as well. All right, we got chopping board, 2 purchases, but you've had 5, so that's 3. We've spent... Let's just see. Oh man, your CPM is through the... Oh no, it's not. I thought it was 600. It's only 60. That's not terrible. How much have we spent in total? $445. So we're at around about just under $100 a sale. It's annoying that Facebook's not picking up all the sales. That's very, very, very annoying. It's going to make life very difficult for us. Your cost per click is okay. Your CTRs are good. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the ad is doing justice.
Every time you shop on a plastic board, you're putting microplastics directly into your family's meals.
Did you make this ad yourself? I hope you say yes. I hope you say yes.
Facebook wears and releases plastic fragments directly into your food. Cleanware's 304 stainless steel board is completely plastic free. Non-porous.
Not bad. It's not bad, but this is probably the weakest part of this whole experience. Yes, you did. Fantastic. I'm very happy to hear that, Anna.
I didn't realize how unhealthy my old chopping boards were until I switched to this. I used a plastic board for years.
Well done. Really well done. Sorry for clapping loudly if that was loud on your end. That's exciting. You've done a great job. These are good ads. Are they the best ads? I don't know, because the next part of what I'm going to show you, and this is something that I go through with my one-on-one students to their own frustration, because it's maybe the hardest thing to do, but also it's not that difficult. It's just setting the time aside. Look, basically, these ads are okay, but they're not winning yet. You've got some good ideas in here, but we haven't quite hit the mark on how to sell these products just yet. And I don't have the answer for you to tell you exactly what you need to do, because it doesn't work that way. Let's go to the Facebook ad library. I want to show you my latest ad that I'm running. Maybe I didn't... Where did I put it? No Snore Store. I'll show you the latest ad that I'm running, and then I'm going to show you how I got to this point. Here it is.
If you're a snorer or someone you love is a snorer, don't buy a mouthguard until you watch this video. It was my GP who got me on the mouthguards in the first place. But most of them are sold as an absolute rip-off, and I don't want you getting scammed. In fact, that's the whole reason why I started my no snore store in the first place. Now, there are two things that you should know before you buy a mouthguard to stop you snoring. Number one, it needs to have a dial on the side of the mouthguard. This is actually the part of it that stops you from snoring, because you can adjust it to push your jaw forward at night, opening up your airway. Number two, don't buy a mouthguard that's $250 or $400 or more, because if you are, those are king's prices and you're getting scammed. The thing is, my mouthguard does the same thing, but better because of the adjustable dial on the side, and I can do it for $79.95 on my store right now. I'd love to see you on there so that you can have your first snore-free night and not get kicked out of the bed or poked in the ribs by your partner. If you're a snorer or someone you love is a snorer,
That was my latest ad, and I don't know how much of that you could see because it's quite small. I wonder if I can... No, that's going to take the whole screen. I wish there was a way I could just make it take part of the screen. Is there a way that I can make it bigger? Not really.
I don't buy a mouthguard.
Not really. So that is kind of an avatar for me. So to get to this point where I was able to produce this ad that looks like an ad agency made it. I mean, it looks really, really good. To get to this point, it took me, and I've said this time and time again, it's taken me 16 different founder ads. And what I did was, just like you've done, Anna, I released my first videos and I got my first results. And I had pretty good clicks. And I had similar cost per click. So you're on the right path. To get from there to get to the point where I'm getting $25, $30 sales, what I had to do was systematically make a new ad after new ad after new ad, and take the best parts of the scripts that I liked and test them against the best parts of new scripts until I could figure out what do I need to say in the beginning, what do I need to say in the middle, and what do I need to say at the end, and then sort of swap out parts. So the selling points for this one, or the hook that really worked for this one, was if you're a snorer, watch this video before you buy a mouthguard, because I'm going to teach you two things about mouthguards that are important. Number one is this feature that it has to have, and number two is the price. So to find those things to talk about, I went through about 15 other versions of this until I realized that I was getting more sales when I talked about those 2 points than I was about all the other points. When I started, I was talking about the fear, and I was talking about all of the problems that can be caused by snoring, and I had news reports, and I had this, and I had that. In the end, I didn't need any of those things to sell. So then I made this ad. I made lots of different ads, and this is the ad up here that started to get me sales.
If you're a snorer or someone you love is a snorer,
It's exactly the same ad as before, except this one was just me in front of this camera right here in the daytime doing a bad ad. And I mean, my ads, I'm not a very good ad maker. I'm terrible at them. Absolutely terrible. I'm terrible at getting a good focus. I'm terrible at lighting. I'm terrible at figuring out what to do and what to say. But I set myself a goal, one new ad every single day. Whether I do it on my phone or I do it on this setup here or I do it somewhere, one new ad every day for 2 weeks until I find a winning ad. And if you do that, you will find a winning ad. You absolutely will. Now, from here, I need to make new ads. So Seed Dance 2.5 just came out. And Seed Dance 2.5 is a phenomenal AI model that lets you do 30 seconds of video at the same time. So I literally went over to Higgsfield and I created for myself a whole bunch of different images here of me in different situations. I've got me in a lab coat. I've got me in a podcast studio. This one was me in a couple's bedroom. And then I feed that into Higgsfield and I feed that into Seed Dance 2.5, and I chopped up my first ad into two sections, the first 30 seconds and the final 30 seconds. And I just had AI replace me in the ad with the generated me in the image. So now I've got a winning ad, and now I can go and make more versions of this winning ad of me in lots of different situations saying a similar thing, but I won't get the banner blindness that I would have got before, and now I get to see which setting works the best. The next stage for this business will be, hey, we've got one winning formula here. Let's go find my next winning formula and repeat the whole thing again. So we had to systematically write our script talking about specific features of your product and try to have 4 or 5 different versions of that with different features of your products so that you can figure out which features are the ones that make this thing sell. Now, one of my one-on-one students started doing that. Is she on the call right now? Renee, are you there? Because what they do in Higgsfield to create my avatar, I took a screenshot of my stupid expression here in this stupid video, and I said, change the camera angle, make my clothes look better, and then I made that, put me in various situations, and I said, put me in a couple's bedroom, put me in this, put me in that, put me here and there, and it did it. And literally, this took me like an hour to make. I think I may have made maybe 6 generations to make this video possible. So 6 generations. It probably cost me about $15 to make this ad. Now, to get this kind of ad running, it would have cost thousands. It would have cost me a studio to do this and a couple is sitting in bed and lighting. It would have cost so much money. But to make it a crappy version to test and then go use AI to make a good version of it, it was so cheap. Now, Renee's Renee's one of my one-on-one students. She's taken a product that was very difficult to get profitable. She's taken my advice and she's made 1 new ad every day last week. She had her first winning ad, which absolutely destroyed the previous ads. Hopefully it still is. Hopefully it still is. I have to look at your results, Renee. But the system works. As long as you systematically figure out what your script is going to be, you go record it, and don't care about, it doesn't have to be the best ad. If you look at my ad here, I've got myself in here talking about my product, and then I got a few B-roll shots of my website and a few B-roll shots of the product itself that was taken by, this is by me, and then some other B-roll from some of my UGC that I paid for already. And that's all it took for me to make this crappy video. Your video doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to be the perfect quality ad ever. It just has to convert. And you just have to figure out what the right thing to say is. Joshil is starting this journey now. She's starting to put together some ads, and she knows what to do. Your first amateur one is killing it. Yeah, who knows if my first amateur one here will outbeat my AI one? But my AI one does look better, and I feel better about it. If that makes sense. All right. So Anna, these are a good start. And for you, what you need to do now is write out the script. And in fact, it's difficult for us at this stage because the conversions weren't tracked. But we had 4 add to carts and 1 purchase. Probably there was an extra purchase on that one. And then this one here has had 7 add to carts and 5 checkouts. So this one was probably the better one. So what is it that we want to test next? Now, I always think bigger. Think bigger in terms of what are some of the features, benefits, and things about your product that will be more attractive to more people. So one of Renee's problems, and I hope you don't mind me bringing this up, Renee, but one of the issues that she had with her products and her ads was she was only featuring one specific use case for her product. And I said, Renee, there's a bunch of different ways we can use this and a bunch of different reasons why people are going to want to buy this. Let's focus on bringing some of those into your ads. And then that seemed to have helped as well. So microplastics, I mean, like, to be honest with you, Anna, I can't really think of too many more features or benefits or things, but I can think of one. Cost. These other cutting boards, they got the microplastics and all that stuff too, but they also wear out very quickly. And I think your stainless steel is going to last a lot longer, I think, and a lot easier to clean. So, and I know you touched on all of this already. So we got to figure out the exact things that make this product to sell. That's your next challenge. All right, moving on. Krista, you've added me to active relief. You launched your ads. You've had 1 sale. You should have paused the ads earlier. You were camping. Ad spend is high. You've had a few add to carts, but no checkouts. Would love for me to check it out. You discovered some issues. The shop now link on your ads. For some reason, some ads were taking you to the Shopify product page rather than the online store product page. No, you. And should you leave your current ads running? Yeah, leave them running. You're only spending $10 a day. But you feel free to pause them if you want, because you do have a little bit of work to do on the product page as well. But for me personally, I like momentum. I would keep them running. I like that pressure personally of knowing that my ads are running. I need to come up with new ads that can take the spend, because because in the back of my mind I know that I'm losing money on that, and I have to turn that around by going and doing the work. Okay, that's just my thinking though. Now, Krista, yeah, we should be sending traffic to the product page. That is the exact place to send your traffic. The least amount of clicks that somebody clicks to get a sale, fantastic. But let's probably have a look at your website before we look at your ads. Now, I did learn today that actually this product here legally does require TGA approval or Australian Therapeutic Goods Association approval. Just to let you know, you can ask the manufacturer if they have that approval in Australia, but that's just something that was brought up today. Single Duo Recover Starter Kit. $95. Australia, you really can't say Australia's #1 rated portable cupping glided scraping device, because it's not true, and Facebook knows that. When you put this in your product image, Facebook does go to your website, it does read your product image, and it will give you higher CPM costs if you say stuff like this in your images. Turn post-workout soreness into tomorrow's extra reps. Okay, so we're going down the road for this one. This is for you. This is for training. These are useless. Absolutely get rid of these images. Okay. Long, painful recovery periods after training. Turn your recovery into a strategic part of training. Recover faster, train harder with active release. It's not bad. It's missing something, and I don't know what. I like this a lot. I do like this. That's fantastic. I love your logo. So one of the things that, Marty, you got the same product as Krista, different usage. Maybe that's why your CPMs are high. Maybe. Bilal, we need to tell him not to. It is something that used to work really well last year, and then Facebook wisened up to it, and now it's not a good idea. I'm just thinking, like, I do like this angle. I like the angle of the muscle recovery. So we can say relieves muscle tension. I don't think the restored range of motion is the right thing, but relieve muscle tension to get back into the gym faster, I think, is what would be the best thing there. Let's go check out your ads. Now, I don't remember having active relief in my ad account. We'll take a look. All right, it's probably in my email. No, I don't see active relief in my email, so I didn't get the invitation. Yeah, I don't have it. I'm not sure how you sent the invitation, but what you need to do is go to your business manager, go to people, and in there, invite this email address. And I will then be able to have a look inside the business to see what's going on. All right. Natalie and Philip. My Comfort Cove. You got a UGC package through Freedom. Should you adopt Austin's new structure? The new structure is for launching ads. You can adopt it if you want. It's not going to be a fix that solves a website that's not converting, and it's not going to necessarily make your ads perform better. The new structure is designed to help you find your winners and to help you navigate your spend and get your spend what's the word I'm looking for? Manage your spend across a lot of different types of ads to figure out what ad's going to work the best. I'll have a look at your ads in a second. Premium sleep capsule for kids and adults. Anxiety, stay cool, quiet sensory overload, open foot design, cool. Teen, small adult. First problem that I see, you said this is for kids and adults. We've only got 3 sizes here and none of them are for kids. That's the first problem. Now, sale says sold out on navy gray, so that's a problem. And I think these are kind of clunky. Also, you should have caching going here. Still laying awake at night, unable to switch off. I feel like the GIFs are a bit of a problem because it's not giving me a cozy vibe. I feel. That's what I feel anyway. The key to relax, unwind, and drift off faster. Again, this isn't giving me a comfy vibe. That is. There's certain parts of this that are, but that's not. What I'm going to suggest, where are we? Natalie and Philip, are you guys on the call? You are. What I want you to do, guys, is jump on into WhatsApp and message me. I think you've already messaged me. Tag me in WhatsApp in our chat together, and I'm going to give you some tips offline. If that's okay with you. If you want to tag me right now. Get our chat to the very top of my WhatsApp, and then I'll be able to show you something. Okay, in the meantime. Okay, Marty. Bear Inspire. Last 7 days since last review, went to Creator Flow, created a couple of UGC ads. The first one has been running for a few weeks. No change to sales yet. Still 1 sale per day. Coaching chat noticed CPM was too high on one of the suggestions, and one of the suggestions was to reduce the price. We'll take a look at that. Just give me a second. Natalie, which Natalie are you? There you are. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I got your message, guys. 1 second, Krista, and we'll take a look. Phil and Natalie, I'm just messaging you now. One second, everybody. Okay, Krista. Invited. Okay, that's certainly... Can you tell me Krista, can you tell me the exact spelling of your business manager? I might just be typing it wrong. And then we'll get to Marty. What's the exact spelling of your business manager? My active relief. Okay. Yeah, it's not there. I don't have an invite. Can you delete that invitation and try that again for me? And just try inviting me one more time because I didn't get it. For whatever reason, I didn't get it. Okay. Where were we? Marty. CPMs were high. You asked Gemini how to reduce CPMs. It's not going to be able to tell you. It's really not. You can probably see by the product itself, this type of product in general can lead to high CPMs. Okay, clinically, especially when we start saying things like clinically and collagen and this kind of lymphatic, like anything to do with medical, will quite often be given a higher CPM on Facebook. Now, your landing page is quite good. We'll check out your ads. $24 purchases at $76 a purchase. Okay, so we just need to. What are we selling this for? $79. Oh, we're almost there. CTR is good. Your cost per click is good. All right, so 24 purchases. Let's have a look at this conversion rate. We've got 667 clicks and 24 purchases. So 24 divided by 667. It's a 3.5% conversion rate. That's a really good conversion rate. So in order to make more, in order for this to be profitable, your conversion rate is going to have to be better than 3.5%, which is asking a lot. Now, what you can do is charge higher prices, increase your average order volume. Are many people buying this sculpting routine here? And the reason why I'm asking this is because 3.5% conversion rate is really quite high. And your cost per click of $2.76, it's not that high. Your CPM is certainly high. And that will probably come down in time as Facebook trusts you. It's just some of these, it's really frustrating sometimes because you launch a brand, you get a high CPM and you get a high cost per click. And what will end up happening over time is Facebook will trust you more, your CPM goes down, but then your CTR will go down as you reach a cooler audience. So your cost per click sometimes remains annoyingly high. Pilates is doing well, and so is Sephora. Interesting. If you turn off some of these higher spending ones, we could actually have something here. All right. Many people bought the combo. Hell yeah, Marty. Hell yeah. All right, my friend. Turn off motherhood. Turn off Lululemon. Take Pilates. Take Sephora. And make a new ad set. Turn these off. Make a new ad set that is just those two only. And see if, even though Lululemon worked in the past, didn't it, at $54. Interesting. Oh man, you're close. You're so close. It must be so frustrating here. It was performing better. Yeah, okay. Let's start to reduce the amount of work that Facebook has to do in order to get you a sale. Start consolidating some of these into one ad set that has your best performing assets targeting these specific things. That's step one. Step two will be, at this point, we might want to consider implementing my scaling strategy. Now, do we have, Jashil, do you have my scaling strategy handy that Marty can watch? Because it might be time to start implementing that, where we can start carving out who sees which ads. Now, considering that this is doing well and some people are buying the $100 one, if we can get you $50 purchases, then we're going to make profit on this one. And I like that you got the body firming oil. So your best friend in this one's going to be your after sale. Nice. Get rid of these buttons here too. We don't want any other buttons under the checkout button. The only thing that people want to figure out on this screen, are they going to check out or not? Not how we're paying. That's next. Don't make life too difficult for them. So get rid of these buttons. That's cool. Everything's fine there. The other thing we can look at doing is applying for Afterpay. That would help your conversion rate too. That would let people who don't have the money to actually buy your product, which would be nice. And then your next best friend is going to be a thank you campaign that tries to upsell the facial set plus the body firming oil and whatever other products we have in here that could do well. And it might be worthwhile maybe selling this as well. We need one more sale out of some of the people that are coming through and you will be laughing. One more sale. So there's all of these other little things that we can do aside from your ads and aside from landing pages to make you more money. Kelly, do I recommend putting a lot of ads into one ad set? No. Well, kind of. If we want to get to so Joshil is showing you a video there that I 100% agree with for scaling. This is not for, hey, I've just launched my store and Chris helped me get more money. This is, I've had 25 to 50 sales and it's time to do better. So that is a great video there to watch. And it is exactly how I've set up my ads to run on my brands that are scaling. I'll pop it in the chat. Okay. Now, if I show you home craftology, we've got prospecting, retargeting, we got retention. You can see here it's $50 for a new customer, $41 for retargeting, and $23 for retention for me. Now, what I do for prospecting is my ultimate goal is to make life easy for Facebook. So my winning pack here has my best performing ads ever. And you can see here I've got my top 5 best performing ads. I did have all these ones, and I've just turned them off over time because, as you can see here, $300 for this one wasn't really working out that well. So I just turned them off. I've just launched a new ad that I think could do well, which is an AI version of my best ad. So this one here, I took my best ad, I took the script, and I made it. Oh, damn it. Why is that stupid freaking thing coming on? God damn it. Well, let me fix one thing, guys, and then I'll explain. Get rid of that stupid carousel. For God's sake, Facebook, you make me want to stab myself in the eye every time you do that. All right, so to make this one, I did a similar thing to what I showed you before for my no snore store. I took my best performing ad, and then I used Higgsfield and Seed Dance 2.5 to make a new version of my ad with a new character, a new voice, and new close-ups of my diamond painting kits. And I don't know how well this will do, but this is testing. So this gets put into a new pack now, so that whenever I want to release a new pack, I won't upset my winning ads right here. Now, inside my retargeting ads, we've just got retargeting, visitors, engages, and carts. And then inside my retention ads, these are just my best ads altogether. Why do I have multi-advertisers ticked? Because it works. That's why I have it ticked. Every single one of my ads has multi-advertiser ticked. Why? Because I'll take it. I'll take the cheap views. I've found that multi-advertiser, personally, I've found that when I turn it on, I get slightly lower CPMs. Now, when you're thinking about your primary texts, when you're getting to this scaling level, when you've Jimmy, let me message him right now. Please, my advice. Turning on multi-advertisers decreases CPM and decreases cost per purchase. Jimmy. There we go. Jimmy and I will have a discussion about that offline. So, and look, guys, every coach has their own experience. And if that was Jimmy's experience, I respect that. Absolutely respect that. And certainly different coaches can give different advice on different days. We're only human. But he and I will have a discussion about his results and my results, and we'll talk about what Austin has asked us to tell you. All I can tell you is what I do and why I choose to do those things personally. Now, what is multi-advertisers? What that means is that your ad could appear under somebody else's ad once their ad finishes playing. And it can appear in different slots in the newsfeed when it does that. And the reason why I like that is because when your ad plays after somebody else's ad, you get a cheaper CPM, and that person may not have even been paying attention on the first person's ad. But I do find that it has helped my sales. Now, when we're doing this type of thing where we're breaking up our prospecting and our retargeting, it allows us to have different texts here for different people. So these primary texts here are for people who have never seen my store. They probably don't even know what a diamond painting actually is, so I can explain what it is. Now, the other text for my retargeting, it's a little bit more, hey, you saw this, you didn't buy it, come back and buy my stuff. Or at least that's what it should be. And knowing me, now that I'm showing you guys some of my copy, it's probably screwed it up. Diamond paint, yeah, so a little bit like that here. That's just regular. Then what was this one? Was that website visitors? Hopefully my add to cart. Hopefully I've been more like... Renee, where do you find that? It's somewhere in your settings there. No, even here I'm sort of saying to people what this is like. I'm not really saying come back and finish your cart. But then in my retention, it's like, hey, new kits have dropped. Here's a new retention sale. You see here, a lot of my money comes from retention. Anyway, that is the structure where we all should be heading to once we're ready to scale and not before. And yes, I like to have my top 5 ads in my scaling ads. I like it. In fact, I've had times where I had 12 ads in my scaling ads. It doesn't really matter how many you have. What I want you to try and think is, how can I make my Facebook ads simpler? Because the simpler you make your ads, and what I mean by this is structure and number of ad sets. The simpler you make your ads, the easier it is for Facebook's AI to know exactly what to do when it serves up your ads. The more complicated you make your account, the more difficult it is for AI to figure out which ad to show a person at which specific time. Right? Does that make sense to everybody? So while in your early stages, it makes sense to have lots of different ad sets, and it makes sense to break things up and test ideas in different ad sets. Once we reach the point where we're wanting to spend less money per purchase and see how much money we can spend overall, it's time to simplify things for your own benefit and for Facebook's benefit. Now, I still don't have that invitation, but you know what? Maybe it's in my spam. Oh, here we go. I got the invitation. It was in my spam. Here we go. Found it. I feel like some of these days I explain things better than other days. So if what I've said doesn't make sense today, come back and ask me the same question next week. And maybe you'll get an answer that makes sense. No problem. All right. Whose store is this? Because I'm in Active Relief, Ads Manager. Michaela, for scaling campaign, what if 3 or more winning ads that are the same angle? Would you then create another ad set? If you've got 3 or more ads that are the same angle, keep them in one ad set. I find that works better. Austin's method only says to have 3 ads per ad set. Yeah, but Austin's method isn't necessarily for scaling, Michaela. It's to get people started. Scaling is a different beast. Krista, I don't have any access to grant myself access to ad accounts. So go into this screen here, go into ad accounts, and grant me full admin access to your ad account so I can go and check this out. Just let me know once you're done there. Courtney, Wavy. Oh, man, we're not going to get through all of these today. Sorry, guys. I've talked slow and hopefully given you guys insight that helps. So for everyone, I'll do Courtney after this. And then Danny, Aisha, Michelle, Ryan, can you guys do me a favor and pop your questions onto Monday's call, and I'll get back to you on Monday. Sorry for not getting through these as fast today, but I do like to be thorough. So, Krista, we'll finish yours in a second once you've figured out how to give me ad access. And then let me go check out this other business while you're doing that for Wavy. Done? Okay. We'll come back to Wavy in a second. There we go. Active Relief. All right. $590 spent. Yikes. Oh, the cost per click is way too high. CPM's not terrible, but the cost per click is too high. CTR is too low. So this tells me these ads kind of suck. No purchases. Oh dear. Why are all you guys selling the same cupping product? Have we had any add to carts? Oops. Customize columns. Cart. Checkout. Don't, when you tell me don't freak out, you want me to freak out. Oh, the horses here. 15 add to carts and 10 checkout initiated. We're onto something. And one of these ads, ad testing C5 doesn't suck. Your click-through rate there is just high enough. Not great. 1.5% is the minimum your CTR should be. I have a feeling the website might suck. Oh, okay. I see the problem. You have carousel ads. They are no good. You need to turn them off. So to turn off your carousel ads, you got to come down to this section here. Turned on single media carousel. You got to click edit. Got to go to carousel. Turn that off. Collection, you can leave that on or off. I prefer it on. And then we press save. And now your ad will perform better. Probably. Because you'll get meaningful clicks.
Stop smashing card cards with more pressure. Most recovery tools press down on already tight muscles. The pressure makes them break and lock up even more.
Interesting.
Recovery works differently. It gently lifts muscle tissue, creating space so blood and oxygen can rush.
Okay, that's not a bad ad. That's not a good ad, so turn that one off. This ad may need videos to make it work because the benefits aren't really seen in the images.
Leg days shouldn't leave you walking like you lost a fight with the stairs. That's compression, not just soreness. When muscles are already tight, pressing and...
This is good, but I don't think you're going to be able to sell this with AI. I think you're going to have to get in front of the camera. The script is okay, and I like seeing Peter Griffin fall down the stairs, but you probably need a more personal approach to sell this one. Let's go check out the website. Australia's #1 rated portable cupping. Yeah, get rid of that. How can I look at 3 of you guys selling the same product and you guys are all #1? Oh, I already looked at this, didn't I? I've already been through this. Okay. The way that you've set up your bundles, there's something weird going on. We have to go through this whole website process because you can't have that many add to carts and that many checkouts and no purchases. There's something else here. Michelle, is it possible to get one-on-one call? I take it with one of the coaches. The coaches don't really do that, but you're welcome to jump in on one of their live rooms. They don't really do one-on-one calls specifically with one student at a time. But Mia should be online for her live room over the weekend, and she can definitely help you out. She's a very knowledgeable woman, that Mia. Okay, now on the bundle and save, it's not clear to me what I have activated here. There's no, the way that you've set up your what do you call it, your caching. Usually we have a line here or like a, just showing you is probably easier. The little brown button here tells me exactly which one I'm on, and a confused mind never buys. So the active variant needs to have a different color, and I do like the little round things. Oh, it wasn't even active. Okay. Color white. I probably would make this variant look more like these ones when you select it. Potentially, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, but okay, it would be better if we can. What's Mia's live room? All the coaches have a live room that you can go in and ask questions when they're live. Before and after shots, Meta doesn't like that anymore. It's showing a negative body image. The ad got rejected a few times. That's weird that you got that. You should probably talk to Meta support because in your case, it's not a body image thing. It's an actual. And I don't think before and afters are the best way to sell this because the after is just you have red marks all over you and your muscles feel good. You can't really portray that in a before and after. All right, we're gonna have a look at this now. So add to cart. Again, get rid of these buttons from under the checkout. We don't need them there yet. All we need is the checkout button. And checkout button's fine. So because your checkout button is fine, this is mostly coming down to trust. You don't know about live rooms? How have you guys been interacting with the coaches? Like Jimmy and Mia do their website review live rooms. Jump in on one. Even Jess does them. Oh, God. You know what? The coaches are going to be so mad because now they're going to be super busy in the live rooms. They do website reviews all the time. And the thing is, these coaches, they've been through it with me. I coach them to get to where they are so that they can coach you guys and give you guys feedback on your websites. All right, let's get rid of my cart. Let's just try number 2. Okay, Duo. Add to cart, that's fine. 170, that's fine. Well, yeah, those are the only ways to get on a one-on-one with the coaches at the moment. At the moment. Okay, and the recovery starter kit, 184. 184.90. Checkout. 184.90. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. Okay. So I don't see any glaring issues when I'm trying to purchase from you. So that tells me what we have here. Given the amount of add to carts and checkouts you've had, this could be a price issue, but most likely this is going to be a trust issue. And I had this same problem on my snoring store. I knew I was getting close because the amount of add to carts and checkouts that I had, and they didn't align with how many purchases I was getting. I totally focused on making my website trustable, but also the big thing that you're missing is your sign-up rate probably sucks. I bet you your sign-up rate to your emails, I bet you it's below 5%. If you were using Alia properly and doing A/B testing, you can get your sign-up rate up as high as 18, or if you're using my new app, I've got my sign-up rate up to 24%. 24% sign-up rate, guys. Now, sign-up rate's one part of the equation. The next thing is, what is your open rates on your emails? Because I bet you your open rate is about 30% or less. Now, my open rate for Homecraftology Welcome Series, it starts at 55% and it slowly makes its way down to around about 35%. But remember, you got to start somewhere and you need to make much better emails. Jimmy suggested the price. Yep. But honestly, the price isn't the issue. Your sign-up rate is the issue. So for Homecraftology, my sign-up rate is about 20% of people. 20% of people who land on my website sign up to my email list. So when I spend $100 on my ads, 100 people go to my website, 25 people enter into my customer flow. And a lot of those people buy because I can market to them over and over again. So that's what you guys need to work on. Now we had one more for the night, which was Wavy ad account. Let's just quickly look at that one. All right, Wavy. For $51 a purchase, not bad. I hope that's not bad. $1.8 click-through, pretty good. Cost per click is pretty good. 6 checkouts to 4 purchases, nice. 3 people for... This is looking fantastic. Well done. Now, one problem you have here is you're giving all of these. So essentially, all the ads inside this campaign are all the same ad because you've got all of the related ads here, and that is not what you're supposed to be doing. You need to delete those related ads so that we know exactly which ad is the winner. Right now, we got no idea. So what you need to do is come down here and related media, delete all of them. That way, this ad is just for this video, and that will help us determine what the best ad is. Now, this is a cool product. Infrared thermal brush. This is trending right now. Make that change and run this for another week. And you can probably, if this is profitable for you at $50 a purchase, you can add more money. And I would, like the rest of them, it's time to focus on building your email list for this business, because you're on the way forward with this. This is great. So well done. All right, ladies and gents, that's it for me tonight. I hope you've gotten something out of this, and I hope you go make some more money next week. I'll be back on Monday. Take it easy, guys.